Hi everyone, welcome to Blueprint DIY, where we make designer fashion. In last week's episode, I showed you guys these dirt bike pants that I thrifted for $2. I really love them, obviously, and I could definitely pair them with just a white t-shirt and look great, but I wanted to use them as the inspiration to design something really fresh. So I had this houndstooth blazer that I was gonna sell on DEPOP ages ago, and I put it next to the dirt bike pants and thought it was a good contrast. So I decided to put it on like this and see if I could make some kind of cropped something out of it. I just started folding it here and pinching it there. Then I decided to pin the jacket to separate the parts that I wanted to keep from the parts that I would cut away. Now comes the scary part, where I start to actually cut away the portions I don't want. I really still do get scared about this part, cutting stuff up, but then I just remember that I got it from the thrift store for little to nothing, and then I just fully commit to it. So after cutting, I'm basically left with the bottom portion of the front and sides and the collar. Next, I undid the bottom hem and sewed the two sides back together. After sewing it together and trying it on again, I realized that I actually cut too much off. So I cut another piece from the back of the discarded fabric and added it as the back panel. Then it actually fit. And I'll sew the lining back together in a minute. Now I can focus on the front to get it curved more like a bustier. I'll use the original collar and pin it down over my bust while pulling up the final excess fabric that I don't need. Now I'll cut away the excess fabric and serge the edges. Next, I'll sew the collar down directly to the front piece on each side. And I'll also turn it inside out to sew the lining back together. Here's a tip. When I refashion, I pay close attention to how a garment is constructed while I'm taking it apart. This makes it so much easier when you're trying to put it back together. So it's actually a great idea to just get some old clothes and a seam ripper and take some stuff apart if you really want to get into doing refashion projects. Okay, now I can cut off the excess of the collar and the back on both sides and then sew the sides together. Then I can sew down the back of the collar to the back piece. Now look, y'all already know that I don't have enough chest to keep this thing up, so I personally need straps. So I had this faux leather D-ring belt that's been hanging in my sewing room forever, and I'm finally going to put it to good use. With the top on, I'm going to put it over my shoulders where I want it to go and then pin it down in the back. Next, I'll put it back on and pin the front straps down. I pinned down one side, then cut the excess and use that for the other side. Once everything is pinned and I feel secure, I can sew the straps down by adding a seam at each strap underneath the fold. Then I'll add my little label to show that it's a Blueprint signature, and that's it. By using these pants as inspiration, I now have a super versatile blazer / bustier that I can imagine being styled in so many different ways. How would you style it? Let me know in the comments below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one because I am so excited about how it turned out. We still have 8 more exciting episodes in this season, so if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And if you have missed anything, definitely go back and get caught up by watching the previous episodes. See you guys soon. Bye.